Isaiah Simmons. All right. Well, everybody loves Isaiah Simmons. There's a lot of talk about him. He was a 3-star recruit, kind of a late grab for Clemson a few recruiting cycles ago. 6'4", 225. Okay. He's a big guy and he can move. He's got the length. He's got the measurables, really physical, loves to hit. I mean, that's the kind of player you love. You want to pull for, you want to see him succeed. I would assume his intent is to go pro after this year if he has a good season. I think he's a redshirt junior this year. But this is his contract year is what they want to call it. If you're going pro, you really want to show out. So I think he's going to show out this year. He's been doing well at Clemson. He's had a good career so far, but I really feel like there is just another notch that he can get to, and it's just an elite level. I really think we can look back on this season and really see him, make his stamp on Clemson history, and probably hear his name called in the first couple rounds of the NFL draft.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that because I think to see him get drafted in the first round would be amazing, especially the run we've had in the first round for the past couple of years. I'm looking forward. I mean, I think it's great to see Brent Venables' hard work and effort, and now he's reaping what he sowed so many years ago, starting with this defense. He's developed these guys, and now they're just first round. And I feel like Isaiah Simmons is going to be that guy. You look at a Sam linebacker. So people say Sam linebacker. If you don't know what that means, it's basically the strong side linebacker, right? Mm-hmm. And so the Sam linebacker is kind of a nickname for it when you call a blitz or something like that. Basically, as I was kind of talking about earlier with the weak side, the strong side is strong because that's where most of the players are. That's typically where your tight end is. That's typically where the fullback is. That's typically where the running back's going to run, as far as if it's a running play, right? So you need somebody who's your strongest linebacker on the team, and that's Isaiah Simmons to a T right there. You also need somebody who can bust through blocks from a tight end or a fullback. That's Isaiah Simmons right there. You also need somebody, in case they do a play action, can catch up with that tight end and not get fooled, or that fullback out of the flats or running back out of the flats. And that, again, is Isaiah Simmons. I mean, he's your prototypical Sam linebacker. It's no surprise that he got 780 snaps last year. Probably going to get another 780 snaps this year, maybe even more. Only guy that had more snaps than him, A.J. Terrell, at over 800 snaps. And that's just crazy to think, especially, like we said earlier, with a team that rotates players like they do. They just don't rotate Isaiah or A.J. at all, or Kendall Joseph at all either. So, I think Isaiah is just the stud of all studs. I'm seeing a lot of people in the comments talk about how much of a stud he is. Yeah. 88 tackles, 9 for a loss, 2 sacks, most tackles on the team last year. If you watch his film, what I really love about Isaiah Simmons, and normally I put film up, but I decided not to do it tonight because, we're already trying something new on YouTube. But if you look at his film from last year, most of his big-time plays were in big-time games. Yeah. Which is even better, which is even more amazing. He stepped up big time against Notre Dame, stepped up big time against Pittsburgh, big time against Alabama. So he's a postseason killer. And that's what you want, man. You want somebody to turn it up and turn it on. Him and Tanner Muse are really good friends, and they're just going to tear it up this year. I just can't wait to see them. And a lot of people are like, man, it's so great. I saw some comments in here about, man, it's so great Isaiah Simmons came back. If you know anything about Clemson football and you watch anything like we've been watching the past, 7 months, like I said, Isaiah Simmons, Tanner Muse, they're buddies. They're good friends, and that's what family's all about. Cleveland Farrell, Austin Bryant, Christian Wilkins, they stayed because of Dexter Lawrence, because of that love and that family. We all know that. Well, guess what? Isaiah Simmons is on this team right now because guys like Tanner Muse and that family environment that Dabo Swinney has built. So we got to enjoy it, man. We got to enjoy it and love it, and I just can't wait to see it. Guy backing him up, though, is a stud, too. Mike Jones Jr. is on that depth chart right behind him. Another strong guy as well. So you got, if you look at it, you got Isaiah, Chad Smith in the middle, and James Skalski on the weak side. My question for you, Al, before we go on to our final topic of the night, is it a concern for you that you don't see any Jake Venables on this summer depth chart, and that there's nobody listed behind Chad Smith at Mike?
No, it's definitely not a concern for me. Again, because I know who's handling the linebackers. And I know, you have Brent Venables handling the defense and talking about the linebackers. He's not going to throw his son out there too much, I don't think, but he knows what he's capable of. We've all seen the pictures of Jake and how, how swole he looks. It looks great. I'm expecting big things from him. I think he's going to play a lot more than a lot of people are anticipating right now because there's just not a lot being said about him. But I think Venables is going to play a lot. I think he'll have his day in the sun this year as well.